Alright, hello everyone, this is Noveci and welcome to a bit of a different video. I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a vlog-esque kind of thing this time around because just recently I went to Bass Oasis Sounds of the Culture show, which had a headliner set from my good friend Dani Demand. There was also Spring Street, Future Luna, and a bunch of other amazingly talented DJs from the local scene. It was really, really cool. And on top of that, I got to meet up with my good friend Noiziatrics, because they also got invited to go to the show. So we were like, you know what? Let's just do a freaking meetup for it. It'll be super fun. So I thought like I'd bring you guys along for the ride. You guys get to see kind of what happens, what me and Noiziatrics ended up doing, all that good stuff, as well as a bunch of clips from the show. This was genuinely the most fun I've had in quite a while. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it.
What the fuck, man?
While we're here, Noiziatrics is here. We are both here. This is gonna be a fun day. After Noiziatrics and I met up and we grabbed some lunch, we went to Village Vinyl and Hi-Fi, which was located at Coolidge Corner. Super cool place, a bunch of vinyl, CDs, merch, all that cool stuff. I bought this album from Moby called Play, which was released in 1999. Just a nice little thing I wanted to buy before we went to the show. So yeah, a few hours later, we made it to Cloud and Spirits, which is the venue that the show was going to be held at. Met up with Dani, absolute kind soul. Yeah, from there the show started. Frau Fantastik kicked off the show with some house stuff. Really nice way to set the mood for pretty much what the rest of the show was going to be. So yeah, here's some clips from that. After that, it was time for Future Luna, which, holy shit! Words really can't describe how fucking wild both of these sets were. I'm just gonna let the freaking footage speak for itself. Just want to take the time to say that funny coincidence happened where we both had the exact same Wholesome Rhythm shirt, so that was really hilarious. Next up was Nice Nadine, which I didn't get a lot of footage from, but I did get a couple, but the set was really sick.
Things I'm hearing ain't good, I'm clearing the rubbish, I'm picking the broom up. So I ain't new to a cleanup. Do an album, it could be a deluxe. I don't do things that never could mean much. Straight from early Adidas, wake in the morning, praying for Jesus. Loved ones, I'm
So next up on the decks was Spring Street, and I'm actually pretty familiar with this name because Dani told me about them, went through their discography a bit. They're really sick. So getting to see them perform in person was really awesome. Massive shout outs to Spring Street. This set was super sick. last but certainly not least, it was time for Dani Demand to close the whole show out. I think I'll just let the footage speak for itself, honestly. got a problem, I can't stop hitting on it. So with Dani's set over, there was 15 minutes left of the show, so Spring Street went ahead and closed it out for us, and that was the end of Sounds of the Culture. Earlier before Dani's set, Noiziatrics was able to check in him and I to a hotel for the night, hence why we were actually able to stay there for the whole thing. So after the show came to a close, we said our goodbyes and we went to our hotel. So, we just checked in at a hotel like not too long ago. It has been quite a fucking crazy day. Yeah, fucking crazy night. I'm never gonna fucking forget this. This was fantastic. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. Noiziatrics and I woke up at around, I think, 6 or 7 in the morning, where after we went to go grab breakfast, we went back to North Station where we would say our last goodbyes, and we went our own separate ways. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little show vlog thing here. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these. I would love to do more show vlogs. Just kind of take you guys along with me to whatever show I end up going to next. Massive shout outs to Bass Oasis for hosting the whole show, Frau Fantastik, Future Luna, Phantasm, Nice Nadine, Spring Street, and Dani Demand for all of the amazing sets. And of course, a massive amount of love to Noiziatrics for meeting up with me and hanging out with me throughout the whole night. This was so much fun. Yeah, that just about does it. I'll catch you guys all in the next one. This is Noveci signing out. Peace.